Within every Division I athletic department, there's some sort of multimedia division. Here at CMU, we have the Chippewa Sports Network, or CSN.
We create anything that goes on the website or on the video boards. We handle footage requests from the media. Pretty much anything video related in our athletic department runs through our office. We actually stream just about all of our home sporting events that aren't in McGurk Arena through cmuchippewas.com. Softball, baseball, lacrosse, soccer.
But for the other sports, there's a bit of a different platform.
So the MAC partnered with ESPN last year, and we were one of the first schools to start broadcasting our events on ESPN3. And so we've been doing that for 2 seasons now, if you will. Primarily basketball, but also sometimes gymnastics, wrestling, and volleyball.
But what exactly does an ESPN broadcast involve at a smaller school like CMU?
So yeah, we put on a full-fledged broadcast with play-by-play, color commentary, media timeouts, commercial breaks, in the full ESPN graphics package that you would see on actual ESPN or ESPN2 or ESPN3 during any other basketball game.
Great drive, but then a block from Moore from behind. It goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Eastern Michigan. 17 seconds on the clock, but there's the presence of Tanara Moore, something they haven't had.
When it comes to that ESPN brand, the folks within the athletic department don't take it for granted.
When you see that ESPN, as you said, that brand, people recognize that. Those 4 letters are pretty popular around the sports area. So, just having those letters by you, I think it definitely helps out myself, helps out the university, and helps out the players. Just everybody gets a little bit of a boost from the ESPN, which I think is great.
But having that ESPN affiliation may not even be the most interesting part. The ESPN3 broadcasts at CMU are run almost entirely by students.
I think it's awesome the opportunities that the students get. They come in here and there's not a lot of places. It's growing throughout the country, but there's not a ton of opportunities to go into college and be able to say, hey, I helped produce an ESPN broadcast, or hey, I directed an ESPN broadcast. I got to work a camera for an ESPN3 broadcast. I think that's huge that these students get to come in here and get that hands-on experience.
I think our situation is unique because of our broadcasting department and the relationship we've had with them, me being a BCA alum as well. It's rewarding too to help other BCA alums come through here, get hands-on experience that you might not get at a bigger school.
And that experience helps students develop and grow skills they may not have had the opportunity to do so elsewhere.
When I came to CSN, I had very, very, very little knowledge on cameras. I knew how to zoom and focus, but that was about it. Everyone was very open to teaching me, and that I learned not only how to shoot a camera, but actually how a broadcast is run. I started here as a sophomore, just running cameras. As a junior, I continued to run cameras and started to learn a little bit about the replay system and just some other stuff, like I kind of basically learned the basics of directing. And then as a senior, I started directing ESPN3 broadcasts, our CSN broadcasts, and then eventually I became pretty much the only person around the video board.
And while live production is certainly stressful, it definitely has its benefits.
It's pretty thrilling at times. It can be chaotic, but when it goes right and you put on a good show, I think that's very rewarding. And it's rewarding for me personally just to see our progress over 2 years and how much better and smoother our productions have been going as of late.
When you come and you sit down and you rewatch the broadcast, see what you can improve on, that's the most rewarding part, because at the end of the day, we're just a bunch of college students and we're putting on an ESPN production. That's, you can't say that most places in the country.
So how do students get involved with CSN?
We typically will take just about any BCA student as long as they're serious. We go through a pretty informal interview process, and then kind of set up a shadow situation where that student can come in and just be behind the scenes, seeing the show and seeing if it's something that they're interested in.
For Sports Central, I'm Justin Stewart.